The outer gods in Elden Ring are so prevalent in the lore, they affect almost every aspect of life in the lands between. But can they be defeated? Welcome to the Game Lore Archives. Let's talk about it, and leave a like if you learned something new. Life started as the One Great, a state of unification of everything, until it fractured, causing something akin to the Big Bang. Born from this was not just the universe, but the outer gods. One such outer god, the Greater Will, was blamed for this fracturing.
All that there is came from the One Great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls.
If this is true, then the Greater Will could be classed as the father of everything.
Long ago, we began as stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies. We too are children of the Greater Will.
Long ago, life was created by the Crucible. Little is known about what the Crucible is, other than the blending of all life and a primordial form of the Erdtree. The life it creates being tied to horns, scales, feathers, and fire breathing. If the Crucible creates life, then what ends it? Well, we know at one stage in the lands between, death birds burned death away with ghost flames, and their wings suggest they are from this era. We also know that the twin bird, mother of all death birds, was an envoy of an unknown outer god. I believe this outer god to be the Formless Mother, otherwise known as the Mother of Truth, due to her close connection with the omen Mohg. An omen is a human born with aspects of the Crucible. Mohg holds so much love for their connection, he tried to create a new dynasty in her name. The twin fingers are envoys of the Greater Will, mirroring the twin bird's position, and I think that Dragonlord Placidusax would be the Formless Mother's god, as a mirror to Marika. And to clarify there, outer gods can turn mortals into gods. Many people believe Placidusax was chosen by the Greater Will, as his remembrance calls him an Elden Lord. However, the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, Dragon Tower Shield, and again his remembrance all list that the dragons ruled in a prehistoric era before the Erdtree, which, take into account their ancient dragon scales, fire breathing, and wings, suggests it was the time of the Crucible. At some point, the Greater Will sends Pt.1, the Finger Mother, and the Elden Beast down to the lands between. Pt.1 births, and the Elden Beast arrives shortly after. The Elden Beast is the Elden Ring's physical form, hosting runes that can change the very nature of the land. He removes the Mother of Truth's influence from the lands between, and somehow corrupts or changes the Crucible to grow into the Erdtree. This causes Placidusax to seal himself and Farum Azula away, awaiting the Formless Mother's return. With the Crucible gone, life evolves. Beastmen evolve into demi-humans, and the demi-humans evolve into humans. Marika is chosen by the Greater Will as its god. We'll discuss this in much more detail next episode, but for now it's important to note two wars that Marika started when taking over the lands between. The War of the Fire Giants, whom she hunted until only the last one remained. The Fire Giants held the power of an outer god, known as the Fell God, inside them, and were able to summon his aid when needed. It's interesting to note that trolls in Marika's service have had their chest gouged out as if to forcibly remove that influence. Nothing else is known about the Fell God, but when we kill the last fire giant, we do not kill the outer god. At worst, we banish his presence from the lands between. The second war was to drive the Nox underground. The Nox, alongside the people of Raya Lucaria, worshipped the moon as their outer god. Again, nothing is known about the moon. the Nox built a huge empire across the Sophia and Ansel rivers, until they came under attack from another outer god, Rot, empowered by Romania's Scarlet Rot. The Nox fought back, lest their cities and maybe the world be destroyed by pestilence, until a blind fairy managed to contain the outer god into a single location that would later become the Lake of Rot. The last outer god we know about is the Frenzied Flame, the only outer gods whose motivation is clear and understandable: to return the universe back into the One Great, using an insanity-inducing fire to do so. So can you kill an outer god? If anything in the game is to be believed, no. The Tarnished is immortal. At most he can banish and contain them, but they can't be killed. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and next time we'll discuss Marika's ascension into godhood and her family tree.